Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emmanuel Madanga and I'm going to take you through how to carry out data entry using forms in Microsoft Excel. So these are agendas of today. Kindly subscribe so that you can have access to our uploaded videos, get recommended to you as we progress with upskilling in this very powerful class today. So let me take you to our agendas is on the data entry using forms, how you'll be able to name your columns so that they can be highlighted when you are developing your form. So let me get to work. So this is my Microsoft Excel, a very blank worksheet. As you can see, it's very blank. So the sheet that is active is sheet 1. So in the previous video we introduced ourselves. We had covered some Microsoft Excel basics. So if you really want to get it interesting, you can go and watch after having watched this. So let me start by creating my entries here, or the columns as we may call them. So for example, you're working with an institution, so you will have the student name, then we can have the student ID. From student ID we can have student course, or the course of study, or we can just call it the course of study. Then we can have the department. In fact, department should come before the course of study. So when you want to insert a new column in Microsoft Excel, you highlight. For example, here I select the column C, so I right click, then when I click insert, Excel usually inserts on the left side. So and there is where I want my department to be. So I click insert, it will have inserted here a column, so I can name it department, where the student is studying. So when you want to format your columns, so you highlight A, Shift D, then now you can now move. When you move any of the column, it will adjust all the sides or all the columns in the sizes that you can be able to see the full information in each column. So and there you go, you can see that's how we do it. So the student name, student ID, department, the course of study, and maybe you can also have the age of the student, maybe the gender of the student as well, the gender of the student, and maybe the marks or the grade. Let me today talk about the grade of the student. So once you have that, you can now proceed and maybe format this, highlight, control bold, control B, it will make your column bold. And there is it. You can even adjust the font. Under home you can maximize the font, you can see, yeah. So from there, the form, how do we get form in Microsoft Excel? You can see here at the top, my quick access, I only have save, undo, and redo. So all this, we don't have form anywhere. Even under home we don't have form anywhere. We cannot see form anywhere. Under insert we can also not see any form anywhere. So we have to enable the form in the quick access. So the quick access is obtained here, the customize quick access toolbar. So when you click it, it will show you a drop down. You can now go to more commands. When you go to more commands, you will see the popular commands here, and in the popular commands you cannot see form again. So you'll have to go to all the commands. So under this drop down, click it, then you go to all commands. Give it a minute or some seconds, then it will be able to bring all the commands that you have in Microsoft Excel. So you see we have a lot of them. So they are again arranged in alphabetic order. So these are my quick access commands that I have on my Microsoft Excel currently. So I'll just locate form because I said they are arranged in alphabetic order. Then so just locate form. For example, now here is my form. So I click it, then add. Then when I click OK, so when I click OK here, OK, so I can see I now have my form here. So once I have my form here, I can now proceed and start my entries by launching. Just click form, just click the form, just click OK. After that warning, now you can see that sheet 1 is having the column known as student name, student ID, department, course of study, age, gender, grade. So I will not be typing in the Excel works the spreadsheet manually. I'll just use the form to make the entries. For example, I have my first student as John Roy. Then I can use tab to navigate to the next entry, which is the student ID. So student ID, maybe the student ID of this student is 100. The department, I just click tab and now go to the department of the student. So maybe the department is the department of engineering, electrical. Let's say electrical engineering. The course of study, definitely it is electrical engineering. Or sometimes we can use the abbreviations. So this is maybe it is Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, BSEE. Then the age of the student, maybe the student age is 20 years. The gender of the student is maybe male as per the name, so it's male. And the grade the student head maybe is grade B. So from there you can now submit the entry by calling for new. So when you call new, it will have submitted that entry. You can see that record has been recorded in the second row 2. So you can again make another entry. So let's make another entry for Jane Aoko. Tab, the student ID is 101 because student ID is unique. Tab, the department of the student, this student is from business department, so let's say business administration. So the student is from the department of business administration. And the course of the student is business management. So maybe bachelor in business management, BBM. Then the age of the student here is maybe 23 years. Tab, the gender. Sometimes we may also add another column for year of study. Yes. So the gender here is female. Then the grade of the student is A. Then new. So when you click new, it will have submitted that entry. Again, you can find the previous entry you made, the previous row you made, and even make adjustments. So find previous, it will take back what you had submitted before. So you can make adjustments on the previous. You can also find next. So maybe again I can find previous. I can again now find next. Yeah. So we have all that. So From there, you can now close. Once you have made all your entries, you see it saves on time. You can now close. You can now close your form, and now this is your data that you have entered. You can also enter the data manually here. Maybe I have a third student by the name Elizabeth Akinyi 102. Maybe the department of social sciences. So the department of social sciences, social science. Then the course of study. The course of study is maybe the course of study here. We may say business development skills. So the development studies. Let's say development studies. Bachelor's in development studies, diploma in development studies. Yeah, you may also abbreviate it, maybe DDS. Okay, the age is 22. The gender is female. You can see, just click tab once it shows some auto complete. Then the grade of the student here is maybe B, grade B. So that's how we enter the data in Microsoft Excel using forms. Thank you so much. So the next chapter, the next video that will be here is on how to minimize on entries. Maybe for example, you have gender. Gender is something that we know is made male or female. So maybe you just want to create drop downs for gender, drop downs for grade, and maybe the course of study also, maybe the department also. We may also be knowing the departments of the students. So that one we are going to do to cover it under data validation. So thank you so much for watching this video. Kindly subscribe and remember to like our videos for you to get engaged or recommended in our next sessions. Thank you so much.